Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Donald F. Karatko, or more widely known by my nickname, Dr. K, my nickname for the last 30 years. I hold the Jack M. Gill Distinguished Chair of Entrepreneurship here at the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. And I want to welcome you to the what we call Entrepreneurial Insights with Dr. K, my nickname. It's a program where we're trying to bring you some of the better thoughts and insights from some of the very best in the entrepreneurial world. We hope these are insights that matter for you as future entrepreneurs. In today's segment, I want to welcome our very special guest, one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the state of Indiana, Cathy Langham of Langham Logistics. Cathy,
thank you.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
It's great to have you here.
Good to be here.
As a start, I just want to ask you, what is Langham Logistics? Kind of tell the audience what that is so they know.
Langham Logistics is a company that I started with my sister and brother about 28 years ago in Indianapolis, and we're sort of very simply a travel agent for freight. So we move shipments from point A to point B, hundreds of thousands of shipments a year. They don't have to touch Indiana. We're just moving them, or we also have over 700,000 square feet of warehousing in Indiana and California. And we store product and do something to it. So pick and pack, kitting, light assembly, and then ship it out.
You just do it all?
We do, we do.
Wow, that's fantastic. How did you become involved in a business like this?
Well, actually it started with the Kelley School of Business.
Oh, wow.
So my senior year, I graduated with a business degree. And started interviewing through the business placement office. So I was a marketing major with a merchandising minor, so I was interviewing to go into retail. The more I interviewed in retail, the less I thought that was a fit for me, so I expanded my net a little bit, and a trucking company was interviewing here, and I ultimately took a job with a less than truckload common carrier called PIE. So you had a marketing major with a merchandising minor that was dropping and fueling trucks, loading trucks, and working in a union environment just out of school.
Besides the physical part of it, what were some of the challenges you faced as a woman in what we would refer to as a male-dominated industry at that time?
Well, it's funny. Sometimes in life, the things you think are the worst thing that could happen turn out to be the best thing. So 3 years after a lot of training and making a lot of sales calls, and I was actually the #1 producer in my territory, I found out I was not paid equally with the rest of the team, so that motivated me to leave the company and go to another company. And so went to another less than truckload common carrier, another trucking company, and they wanted to try a new concept in local terminal management, franchising. And I was 25, single, nothing to lose, so I raised my hand and opened their first franchise.
That's incredible.
And that's how it started, then sold that a few years later and opened this company.
Okay. So the franchise gave you some experience on your own, if you will, to actually start your own then.
It did. It really was sort of big brother or big sister looking over me, and they had a lot of the technology and processes in place, so it was a little easier than just hanging out a shingle on my own. Gave me a lot of experience, and really I learned to love the industry and see opportunity in the industry, so it was perfect for me then to go on my own.
That's great. Wow. You know, looking back, knowing now what you know, I mean, looking back, are there things that you would say you change in the journey?
It's tough because the journey gets you where you are today, and it's worked well. If there's one thing I wish I would have learned earlier, it is the old saying, work expands to fill the time you give it. So I worked day and night, weekends, and I loved what I was doing, so it's easy to work hard. But what I didn't get was there will always be work there. And so for me, getting married and having a son, having a child threw my life into balance, and really had me realize there's a lot more to life than work, and spring break forces time off work, and my husband's great at planning vacations. So that's probably the biggest thing. I think it's easy for an entrepreneur to dive so deeply into their business that they can't come out.
So this idea of work-life balance that we hear so much about, you really have to work at it to make it happen.
You really do. You really do. It's not easy. You know, the easiest way I think is family, having a family,
Right,
because
right.
you know, then you have a reason to
Sure.
go home and get
Sure.
involved, and there's a whole other big world out there besides your little baby business.
It probably makes the venture that much more important to you, actually.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's fantastic. So I guess I'd like to ask for all of our women entrepreneurs out there, I should
Okay.
say our women who are aspiring entrepreneurs.
Aspiring, yes.
What advice would you share with them?
I would share with them to be smart,
Okay.
stay passionate,
Uh-huh.
and don't worry. I think so many young people worry about, what am I going to get into? What's that first business
Right.
going to be?
How
How
true.
am I going to do it? And you know, fresh out of college, what job do I take to start my own business, or do I just go? And I would say to them, don't worry about it. You know, you create your role in a company. So just go in, work hard, always be looking, listening for opportunity, because it comes at you every single day. And also trust your gut. You know, when you start a business, you're going to get lots of advice from all kinds of people, which is
Right.
great, and you should listen hard to that.
Right.
But you have to make the decision. Then you decide what you're going to do.
Would you say also role models and mentors and things like that are important? And were they important in your journey?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, I think that can give you a lot of comfort. You don't have to have all the answers.
Right.
Look at someone who does it really well, whatever it is, whether
Right.
it's working in a business or in sales or a great marriage or relationship.
Right.
Model people who do it really well, and see how they talk, see how they look, see how they think, and learn from that.
That's
Learn
fantastic.
all the time.
That's fantastic. Well, we congratulate you on all of your success, Cathy, and I thank you for joining us to share some of these insights, with our audience.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be here.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And thanks for all of you. This wraps up our segment of the Entrepreneurial Insights with Dr. K. Just remember, this and other interviews that we show can be found on the website for the Johnson Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation. So until next time we're together, my very best wishes to all of you. And remember, always go out to make it truly an entrepreneurial day.